Hello and welcome to Super Sunday. I'm in Louisiana with Louisiana Beer Reviews, but what I'm going to show you first, we're going to look at any beverage brand. What I'm going to show you first, this is Warhead's Sour Lemon Soda. I was doing this series of pure cane sugar soda pops, pairing them with vodka products. So that's what it looks like in the glass, mixed with this vodka. I'll show you the vodka. Colson's. Founded in 1901. Well, actually, Walgreens was founded in 1901. This came out in 2011. Bottled by Barton Brands, Louisville, Kentucky. 100% grain spirits, extra smooth premium. I paid $4.99 for that. So that's what I'm finishing up as I start this. Now we got Cali OG. Also,
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Today we are looking at, what are you bringing? You drinking vodka?
I'm actually going to bring a beer, but I had to get this out the way.
Comrade, you drinking a vodka? That's what you're bringing this morning?
No, I was just finishing this project up.
Okay. I don't know why you're letting that run over into this.
Just figured I'd show people. But what do you have today? Cali OG, whatever that is.
Today we're looking at an old favorite, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. I believe this is coming in at 5.4% alcohol per volume, 5.6% per volume. Yes, it has 38 IBUs. Malts are caramelized, two-row pale. Hops are Cascade. Yeast is ale. I know we've spoken about this particular beer on several occasions. I've actually presented it before, and this was the intro, as far as I'm concerned, in my area, to craft beer. I remember the first time I tasted it. I tasted it at what's the name of that bar?
Cooter Browns?
No, it wasn't Cooter Browns. It's over there on River Road, Shrewsbury.
River Road Tavern?
No. River Road and Shrewsbury.
Yeah,
Never mind.
I can't think of the name of it.
The River Shack.
River Shack Tavern, yeah.
Where's this other place you kind of threw?
That's in St. Rose. Yeah, I'm thinking of the one in St. Rose. It's a similar type place.
No. So I like this beer so much. When I was in California and Sacramento, I got a few of these things. So this is a keychain with their name on it. It's pretty nice. It's actually a gift. I was going through some classes there, and one of the other students gifted these off to me. If I'm not mistaken, I gave you one.
Oh, show it again.
But I gave you a different style. I've given you many of these things through the years.
They're nice. Those are, yeah.
This one's metal. It's kind of like a heavy pewter or something. But yeah, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. This is one of those pale ales that kind of makes you go, is this an IPA? Because it's got that IPS style and taste to it.
All right, well, let me go get my beer. I'll be right back. So soda pop's going away. Go and put the soda pop away.
So the pour is golden. You don't get much of any head out of this. Nice dancing little bubbles, almost like champagne. Sticking to the glass a little bit. Jay would say I've got bad hygiene on my glasses, but hey, my glasses are my glasses. Yeah, it looks like it might have little chunks in it. I don't really see them though. That could just be the bubbles.
That is almost like tan, orange tan.
It's golden.
I guess on video it looks different. Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably coming through the back of this wood cabinet. Yeah, the smell of citrus. You could smell that citro hop. Man, these guys do a really good job. I mean, you can't go wrong with this. You can go get this anywhere for $10 a six pack, maybe 11 in my area.
Here's the information if you want to read it.
I already did.
While
you were sipping and wait your sips, I already read all this.
Caramelized and 2-row pale malt and Cascade hops.
I already read all this. But if you want to go ahead and for aesthetics, go through it again, go right ahead.
That's all right, just showing the different photos.
Mm-hmm. That's refreshing. I've never seen this in a can in our area, but then again, I don't go hunting down a 12-pack. Every time I pick it up, it's in the 12-ounce bottles, which I appreciate more than the cans.
Right.
Yeah, on their website, it looks like it's actually coming through a little lighter. But I also believe they got light shining on that.
At my local store, at Mathern's, they have it in the bottles, the 12-ounce bottles.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Right. Yeah. So
I've never seen it in cans in my area. I've only seen it in bottles. Then again, I don't go hunt down 12-packs. So we know that they put a lot of their products in cans, but this one I have not seen in cans. Nor the torpedo.
Yeah, you usually see it in bottles around here. Now in California, it might be all canned. I don't know. Let me show you what I've got today.
We're not in California.
Let me show you what I've got today. I got a product that was in. I got a product that was introduced 61 years ago. Actually, it goes back older than that, but.
Oh, interesting.
Old English brand 800 malt liquor. I bought this at Mathern's. These cans are super fresh, and they have it for $5.99 a 6-pack of pint cans, and it's a
deal.
It's got a best by date of June 16th.
I would expect to see something like this on one of your dictated Wednesday shows. Not on a Sunday.
Could be that too. But anyway, so
a dictated what used to be the wild card has now been dictated to. It's got to be this, got to be that, got to be this.
Right, styles.
No exceptions.
Except the first of the month. Now you can see it's pretty light.
Oh, you've changed the rules on the first of the month on Wednesdays again?
Well, it never changed. It's always been the first of the month is our Joker's Wild Wednesday. Oh.
I don't really pay attention to those details like that.
I noticed. Okay, so it's got a thick white head. It's clear, golden. Let's look at the ingredients. They're basic. Water, barley malt, corn syrup, dextrose and maltose, yeast, and hop extract. 161 calories per 12 ounce. So it's probably about 180 calories on this can. So I'll show you the website. Do the screen share again. So they're showing a 24-ounce can here, commonly known as OE800. Smooth, rich taste, slightly fruity aroma that is a favorite among malt liquor drinkers. We still get 40-ounce bottles in Louisiana, 24-ounce cans, and we get the pint cans. If you go to Shreveport, they get the 12 packs.
I can't believe they adopted the slang of OE800 and sticking it on their website.
Yeah.
That's kind of... Really? It's slang. It's street slang. OE800.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to feed into that
slang.
And it's 14. This is 14 bitterness units, so the bitterness is not going to be much of a factor.
I used to like the Old English when it had a distinct flavor to it. It's kind of been washed away.
We get 18-ounce bottles also sometimes. So this is coming in at 5.9. Back in the 1990s when Pabst owned it, before they sold it to Miller, the Pabst cans used to say at the top, they used to say charcoal filtered, but I guess when the new owners bought it, they were like, nah, we ain't charcoal filtering. Another thing, when Pabst owned it, it was 6%. So they dropped it down a little bit to 5.9. Also, don't know why.
Seems like a lot of the Zeiss beers and malt liquors are all coming in at 5.9.
Yeah, that's true. Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, introduced in 1980. All right, give you a quick rundown. Got a lot of lacing on the glass. These Miller beers tend to have a lot of lacing. It is rich in the aroma, like they say. Is it a little fruity? Little bit fruity? It is a little bit fruity. It's not as fruity as like Monroe and Too Close for Comfort, but you know, a little bit.
Apparently, on the Sierra Nevada website, if you could sign up for something with an email and give you some kind of a 10% off for your next purchase. I would assume they're going to send out a coupon.
Probably to your smartphone, your app.
No, I got it. This one's got a lot of calories in it. It's got 175 calories, 14.3 grams of carbs. So, hey, all you ultra drinkers, this ain't for you. I like
If you're looking to gain weight, the two beers we bring in today are good choices for gaining weight.
Hey, 175 calories for a 12-ounce can. But you know what? It's got a lot of robust flavor to it. The mouthfeel is there. It feels like, it's like you're drinking a beer. It's not watered down. It's even I think it's got a high concentration of protein too at 1.9 grams.
Now,
how many other beers do you come across that have that high of a protein content?
I guess high gravity lagers. This one, now I'm going to give mine and then I'm going to let you take over yours. This one is rich. It is rich in the flavor. It does have a lot of breadiness. Bread, white bread, like bunny bread, or maybe more like wholesome or Wonder bread. It has a little bread crust, has a little slight bitterness, but only 14 IBUs. You're not going to get a lot of bitterness. It's probably a little bit better than some of the other malt liquors because it's really smooth, like they're saying. I did kind of prefer it when Pabst had it, but they sold it to Miller along with Mickey's and Hamm's back in 1999. Mickey's, Hamm's, and Pabst, they sold to Miller. So, yeah, I like it. I'm glad I got the 6-pack for $5.99. I think that's a decent deal.
That is a deal. That's a real good price considering prices of beer.
And it's super fresh. This is an important point right now. This has a best by date of June 16th. We're only in January. So I would think this was probably canned about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago at the most. The code is showing it comes from Golden, Colorado. So it's coming from the Coors Brewery.
Yeah.
Medium body and a mostly dry finish. This is probably one of the best American adjunct lagers you can get, assuming you find it fresh. Now, if you find this 6 months old, it's just going to have a dead note, like you like to say, a dead note flavor, but it doesn't. This has a rich flavor. So you want to get it fresh. The can might protect it from the light better than the clear bottle, which isn't going to protect it. All right, so I'm going to give it a good score. I like it.
Good. All right, kids. Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Again, this is the old goat. This is the old guard. This was the one that I first experienced at the River Shack on the corner of River Road in Shrewsbury and Old Jefferson. I went in there with my brother, and I believe I was coming back in town from leave in the Navy, and we went there, and everybody was drinking it. And I was like, what's that? And they said, oh, it's Sierra Nevada. Try it. And I tried it. I was blown away. I was like, wow, I didn't know beer could taste like this. So that started me off on that style of beer. And, I'm sure it probably inspired like other companies to make beer too. It's got a real rich flavor, just that real hintiness of the hop coming through. It's just well put together. There's a slight honeyness to it. Like Jay likes to say, it's bread.
Yeah.
Almost like liquid bread. Yeah, this is no diet beer. Don't think that you're not going to gain any weight if you drink too many of these. At 175 calories. Malts, again, caramelized, two-row pale, hops, Cascade. Very delicious. It's just got this real smoothness to it. Yeast is ale. All right. And it says the craft beer revolution. American beer, in particular craft beer, nearly disappeared in the aftermath of Prohibition. What was once a brewery on every corner industry with roughly 3,000 in the late 19th century had become a novelty by the time Ken Grossman launched Sierra Nevada. The year I started in 1980 represented the low point for the U.S. brewing industry, Ken writes in his book, Beyond the Pale. With a mere 40 legacy breweries in existence. What's more, the flavor was not there. Industry lager, despite its blandness, prevailed at bars and stores. So Ken, along with other craft pioneers like Fritz Maytag of Anchor Brewing and Jack Micallef of Newborn Albany Brewery, sparked a revolution with rebellious beers like Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Ken set out to leave a lasting impression on the drinker, and we wanted Pale Ale to have a distinctive hop character. As to nearly 10,000 American brewers today, and many will point back to Pale Ale as their inspiration. Interesting.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what's going to happen when this guy gets so old that he can't run the brewery. Is the family going to sell it?
I don't know. I don't look at the negative aspect. I would hope that somebody's going to take it over.
I hope so.
Yeah. All right. So it says this is an American style pale ale, mostly celebrated for its hop character, which can range from a floral to fruity to freshness of pine needles or sappy resin of a tree. Malt offers pale ale its balance and pairing notes like caramel or fresh bread to complement the hoppy bitterness. Sierra Nevada Pale Ale is also bottle conditioned, an extra dose of sugar and yeast. That means the alcohol volume might actually go up if it's bottle conditioned. Put into the bottle or can right before packaging creates a natural carbonation and more flavors. So that means if it's bottle conditioned, as it ages, it would get a little bit more ABV and a little bit more flavor. If you ever had bottle conditioned beers, a lot of them were made by these home brewers, and they would talk about that all the time. And the bottle condition actually, as it ages, increases the flavor and alcohol.
Yes, that's right.
Let's see. Creates natural carbonation and more flavors. I even get a little bit of fresh apple from a bottle condition, says Sierra Nevada's Terrence Sullivan. The style's flavor might be bold and complex, but the medium body and smooth finish make pale ale highly drinkable. Pale ale alcohol content, ABV, also stays modest, starting in the mid 4% ABV and topping out at 6 ABV. So there you have it. So it can go up. The color of pale ale, measured as a numeristic SRM standard research method, is somewhere between 5 and 10. Think pale, golden, and light amber. Well, kids, that's pretty much what I got. I got golden, light amber. It's a thing of beauty, a freshly poured pale ale glowing in a glass. Let's see if this goes on. There's a video, but for some reason you can't watch it.
I know, I saw that. It's like it's defunct.
Yeah. At the second annual Great American Beer Festival in 1983, Sierra Nevada took first place. It was a customer preference poll until 1987, when professional judging began. Sierra Nevada Pale Ale won a medal that year too. It became the benchmark for American Pale Ale, inspiring countless breweries and beers to come. And it was a precursor to the emergence of India Pale Ale. I've often said this tastes like an IPA, as a dominant style in American craft beer, pushing the intensity and range of hop flavors to new heights. Sierra Nevada beers like Celebration Pale Ale and Torpedo Extra Pale Ale are touchstones of that style.
And
but how exactly does pale ales veer into IPA territory? And this goes on and on and on, kids. So I'm going to go ahead and stop there and let y'all read up on this. It's quite an interesting read on the website. It gives a lot of knowledge about the beer. That's one thing that we've talked about on several occasions about some of these craft breweries and craft beers and even some of the macros. They just don't put the information out there.
No, they don't say anything.
Yeah, it's just like here's how beer. Try it.
Right. Now I'll show you a couple of things here real fast. Then I'm gonna give my score. Here's what Old English looked like back before when it was made in Minnesota back in the 1950s and 40s and 50s.
Minnesota.
Old English 800 brand.
I got a giant tin.
Back then, when it was made in Duluth, Minnesota, it was called, well, this is actually Oregon, Blitz Weinhardt, Oregon, Portland, Oregon. It was called Stout, a malt liquor. Stout. It's funny. It's a stout lager, maybe. Here is the 12 packs, which we don't get, but they sell these in Shreveport. Now, this must be a really old package because it says charcoal filtered. Now, I know it's not charcoal filtered anymore, but if you go to Shreveport, Louisiana, or Bossier City, or maybe Ruston, they still sell these 12 packs with the tiger on it. It's the tiger. Old English.
Is it the tiger or is it the tiger?
That's the tiger. Anyway, we don't get
like
these.
an LSU fan.
Yeah, we don't get these around here. Maybe it's a Grambling tiger. But
why would you say that?
Well, because Grambling State University is not too far from Shreveport.
I would think that there's more LSU fans in Louisiana than
Grambling. Well, yeah, obviously. All right. Although the small colleges have their place. I graduated from a small college. So did you. Although your small college is the biggest small college, what used to be the biggest small college.
Graduated from 3 of them.
2 for me, but 2 degrees from the same place. Yeah, no, not vodka and Sprite. Not Sprite, drunken one. It was vodka and Warhead's lemon soda pop. I don't think it's ruining craft beer. I think craft beer has been facing a lot of problems.
Inconsistencies. That's the problem with craft beer. There's a lack of being transparent. Lots of people have dietary concerns when they're consuming things, and they want to know what it is that they're consuming. I mean, it's just hit the fan, man. A lot of people saying, "Hey, what is in this stuff?" And you're just not getting answers. I mean, be honest. What makes your beer cloudy, and
Yeah, and then
why do you think it's okay to put what I consider an unfinished product out to finish in someone's body and filter and tax their filters, your liver and your kidneys? I mean, why would you do that?
no, and I've never had a bad batch. I've never had a bad batch from Sierra Nevada. That's
Nope.
probably why they're still independent.
I've had some questionable flavors with their what's that series? The little things.
Oh well, those are kind of
those are kind of questionable flavors. But I've never had it. But their original stuff, their go-to, their what makes them who they are. Never ever have I had a bad one.
no. And if you viewers out there ever go to a store and you see the big 24.5-ounce bottles of their Northern Hemisphere or Southern Hemisphere,
Get them.
buy it. Don't play around. I'm assuming it's fresh, but
get those because those are fantastic.
They're very hard to find.
They are now. We used to get them all the time.
All right. Well, I'm going to score this a 9.3. But I think the freshness is making it have a high A score. I think if I had it and it was 6 months old, it'd probably be a 8.3. So this is the kind of product where you do need to drink it fresh. And I'm sure if you went to the brewery and had it on tap in Golden, Colorado or Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it would be fabulous on draft. But you never see Old English on draft. I've never seen it on draft. All right. So I think it's good, but you want to get it fresh. So
they would have to put it in kegs for you to see them on draft.
Right.
You got to find out whether that beer is put in kegs.
Yeah. And I know Albertsons, when I went to Albertsons in Baton Rouge, they were saying they had kegs of Pabst Blue Ribbon. And I'm sure Pabst Blue Ribbon on draft is a really good product, probably better than the cans or bottles.
I've had it on draft.
I've had it on draft too in Denver, Colorado, and at Carrollton Station in New Orleans.
Yeah, Carrollton Station. That's where I had it.
Yeah. It was $2 for this Imperial pint. It was like a glass this tall. So yeah, this is a really good product if you get it fresh. Key point. They used to make a 800 high gravity 8%, but that's gone. That was a little bit too strong. I didn't really like it, but anyway, that's all I got to say. As far as promos, this Wednesday coming up, is any double or extra IPA, extra meaning torpedo?
Oh, you changed it. You were just toting last week about it had to be a double. It had to be a double. Now you changed it.
Well, because see, extra IPA could sort of be considered a double. So I wanted to bring that in case somebody wanted to bring torpedo, which is a great choice. So double or extra IPAs. And then, of course, February, the first Wednesday of February is going to be Joker's Wild, anything you want to bring, which has been the case since 2021, I might add. Next Friday, Fandango Friday. I don't know what I'm going to bring. I got to figure that out. But, yeah. Show and tell. Well, I showed that Kentucky Gold from Heaven Hill. I got it for $1.99 for half-size bottles. So that's like the greatest deal in the world. It's pretty good. It's not anything great.
Half size. 375 milliliter or 200?
Yeah, 375, yeah.
Okay, so half of a fifth.
It tastes pretty good, but it's nothing special. But I mean, for that price, I figured, what the heck, As far as any other show and tell, I got that bird dog that you and I tried, and you gave it a score of a mixer. I think it is a mixer. I don't think it's a thumbs down, but
it just tastes like sugar water. It's got nothing in it. Nothing. It doesn't taste like a bourbon or a whiskey or anything to me. It just tastes like straight up sugar water What color?
I did it. I went and I did a
Good
taste.
alcohol.
I did a taste challenge with Bird Dog and Old Charter this morning, and I couldn't tell them apart. Old Charter, Bird Dog, it was like,
Right. If it's getting to where those things have like no distinctiveness that sets them apart from anything else, then they're probably not even worth doing anything on.
I
What
did
are you
not
going to say
enjoy.
about it?
Yeah, I did not enjoy the snow because I was worried about my pipes, which it looked like they survived. So
I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
I was like
Ready
paranoid
for it to
about.
leave. I got pictures of the snow.
Yeah, I know.
There's snow still on 310, by the way, this morning.
Really,
Yes,
it's all
sir.
gone. It's all gone here. Well, there's a little piece of it left in that yard over there, but it's basically gone.
That's where they cleared. This is an elevated expressway that we have going through the swamp area. And as y'all can clearly see, there's snow that they plowed off to the side and
Mhm.
they left in clumps to melt.
Really?
Yes, sir. Cannot make this up. This is a big old clump of snow that was in my yard when I got home finally 5 days after it started, 4 days after it stopped snowing. It was still in there. The whole back of my pickup truck was full of snow. This was snow on the top of it.
Ugh.
3 days, 4 days later. This is the snow in the back of it.
Yep.
I was told it was full of snow. This is my garden. Got ravished by the snow.
I know. I think it's going to kill a lot of my plants.
Well, I mean, if you look closely in this, you can see it. It's broccoli.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a winter crop. And if you look even closer, it's still kind of green. There's a tarp on it. But you can see the snow off to the side. So this was Friday when I came home.
When it got down to 12 degrees, I got really paranoid. I mean, I was getting scared.
12?
Yeah, it said
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. But you know what? It gives you time to cook good food, so I made red beans and rice.
Yeah, that's good to
Well,
eat.
that was great. And then here's a measuring stick where I stuck in the ground. Yes, 17 inches of snow. That is unheard of. I have never in my entire life seen 17 inches of snow.
No. Now, he wants to know what year did
Christ, the Nevada Pale Ale was probably 1984, 85.
Yeah. How do you score it?
Oh, it's fantastic. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this beer. It just goes straight down. It's delicious. No funkiness at all. Doesn't leave any kind of heavy grainness in your mouth. There is a slight grain, but you're going to expect that from beer. Just the flavors, just phenomenal. You get sweet, sour, all the way through. I'm going to give this a 98. This is fantastic beer.
98.
That's what I said.
8 plus.
An 8+ Sierra Nevada did a great job. A great job. Not just a mediocre job, a great job. Yeah, every time I show this one picture to everyone, they tell me, gingerbread house.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That is just a phenomenal amount of snow. The snow is coming down sideways, so that's like the aft side of the house. And so what was happening is it was swirling and coming back, swirling and coming back, swirling and coming back. I mean, it was just outrageous. I'll never see this again in my life. Not in Louisiana. And here it looks like cream dipping off the side of a house.
Man.
So, I mean, this is unprecedented. I read some things online where some people were kind of negative and, yeah, whatever, wanting to know how come we weren't prepared and all that. I mean, I don't know how you prepare for this. Like, how do you prepare for? I mean, if the whole country's getting this, you can't really expect one area that's tropical to keep anything on hand. I was talking to a colleague about this the other day, and he's from Brazil, and he says, hey, you can't keep any of that. That's just ridiculous. Like, why would you think that you could keep anything like something to plow snow, and then you'd have to house it, and then you'd have to maintenance it, and then you'd have
you would only use it once every 40 years. It would be broken by the time you tried to use it.
I can't, in my entire life, I don't know if we've ever used snow plows.
No,
ever.
Never.
Or any kind of thing to push snow out of the way.
No, we don't. They brought some snow plows.
We've only had like this much snow accumulate on the ground before.
Yeah, they brought snow plows. Right, must be global warming, right?
Yeah.
They brought down snow plows from Indiana about 2 days before the storm. They brought about 11 snow plows down because they knew it was coming, and that seemed to help in New Orleans.
That's because the prediction was 3 to 5 inches of snow. Remember, I told you I was at your house, ready for 3 to 5 inches. What did you tell me? I don't think it's going to be that bad, David. That's what you said. And I said, okay, I don't think it's going to be that bad. Ooh, we got
one. And then we got 10 inches here. So
yeah.
What was I going to say? There was something I wanted to tell you. I can't remember now.
That's okay. Well, I have a question for you. Somebody that's around grocery stores or retailers a lot. You go and hunt down prices, and then lots of people in the business, and lots of people in distribution, and just retail in general. Why do you think that Sierra Nevada Pale Ale would cost more than Sierra Nevada Torpedo?
That doesn't make sense because Torpedo's a more elevated product, so that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me either. That was the case this morning. I had to pay more for the Pale Ale than the Torpedo.
You tried to call me. I was at church when you tried to call. I don't know what you were calling about.
That's the question I had for you.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why. I was in mass, and then everybody was talking kind of long. So the demand, yeah, but I don't think would Sierra Nevada Pale Ale outsell the Torpedo? I don't know.
I think they sell what? I mean, I would like to see more of Sierra Nevada's ales come out. Apparently, there is some kind of a Torpedo variety pack coming out, and I've been looking for it.
I would love to see that.
I cannot find it. I even asked the liquor manager at Rouse's if he could order it, and he said, well, let me look into it. So if he can order it, I'll tell him to give me 2, because apparently there's a stout in it.
The variety pack, yeah.
That'd be interesting to try. Unfortunately, that's the only way we get certain beers down here is through variety packs.
The Torpedo pack, it's got Torpedo, Atomic Torpedo, which I don't like that one too much, but it's got one called Pacific Torpedo and Dank Torpedo. So it's got a 7.2, 9.2, 6.5, and an 8%. Oh yeah, if I see that for unless it's too expensive, I'll buy it.
Can't be more than $20. I mean, that seems like these 12 packs are going for.
Let me see the finder.
You can find all you want. It's not around here. I looked, and I was told by one of the guys that works in distribution that there's a possibility that things might be not coming here because of the snow. So, he said trucks have been delayed and all that.
So one more thing before we get off, y'all might see us in the next month wearing some Outlaw caps and shirts, but just wearing outlaw caps and shirts. What can I say? It's a pretty good light beer. It's a little bit different. It's a craft style light beer, and craft style light beers are a hard thing to do because founders did that, and they had the solid gold lager, but it cost as much as a craft beer, and it's like, why would I pay craft beer prices for a Miller High Life Mimic? But then the Outlaw, I can get Outlaw at Mathern's for $12.99. I'm sorry, $8.99 a 12-pack. I can get Outlaw for $8.99 a 12-pack. Now that's the way to do it. If you want to make a craft style light beer, go ahead, but you cannot sell it for craft beer prices because people are not going to buy it. They're going to buy Busch Light, they're going to buy Miller High Life, they're going to buy Natural Light, Keystone Light. They're not going to pay through the nose for a light craft style lager, and I think you'll agree with that.
Yeah. I just don't know, that was the big shtick back in the days that, craft beers come on, we're going to bring back beer, and then everything went IPA. Every damn beer out there was an IPA. Rather than keeping it stuck to what they wanted, everything turned into an IPA. And you didn't know what an IPA was. It was like, really? Even to this day, the IPAs, some of them come out, they're junk. They're just full of garbage, and they just don't taste good. And then some people say, oh, well, it's evolved. No, it hasn't evolved. I mean, what does that mean? Is it like some kind of living organism and it can evolve? It goes through, like some kind of stages like Homo erectus or something. I don't get it. I mean, if you're going to make a different beer, make a different beer. Call it something else. But, that was the big stick point. Let's call it IPA. Call it IPA. There's one company, local, who keeps on putting something out, and they call it IPAs, or they call it something ridiculous amount of IPA or IPA is or whatever. And to me, they just taste like orange soda with alcohol.
I know. Now, you did in the last week before we get off the air, you found a Texas brewed red ale, Imperial Red Ale, and you got a good deal on it, and you said it was really good. That one from Martin House Brewing.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to show it? Is that what?
If you want to, if you want to. We got to get back on here in about 3 hours. We got to get back on here in about 3 hours because Wayne at Bucks County is going to do an examination of ice beers, and I bought a 40-ounce bottle of ice beers to show on his channel, Bucks County Beer Reviews. So y'all check that out. I'm sure they'll bring some Canadian ice beers up there, which we don't get. We do not get them. They're different. Probably not that much different, but technically different. They'll go on for about 30 minutes, so you can't linger on there. Go on about 30 minutes, and then the National Football Conference Championship, which everybody's looking to watch. So, yeah, that's the really good one, that Martin House.
How do you know?
I had a single of it.
When?
Oh, about 2 months ago.
You're hearing this live. I had about a single that about 2 months ago, and I didn't bother to do a duo review.
No, but I just wanted to try a single. I didn't know if it was going to be any good. I didn't buy a six-pack.
We're hearing this, kids. We're hearing this.
Yeah, what if it was bad,
I see how this works.
Might have been nasty. I wouldn't have wanted to buy it if it was nasty. All right. Anyway, yeah, that's a really good. But
you call them nasty, or you call them this, or you call them that.
No, but show it again. That's not nasty. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a really good one, folks.
How come you only bought one?
Well, I could buy more, of course, if I go to Total Wine and More.
You know what? Greed is one of the 7 deadly sins.
I know.
Gluttony, sloth. Shall we go on? Jealousy.
I'm not going to buy multiples of craft beer that I know nothing about, because half the time I buy craft beer, you just did a rant about it. Half the time I buy craft beer.
No. I was talking about IPAs.
Yeah, but it's any of them. Half the time I buy craft beers, I get burned. You know, I buy it and I pay a lot of money, and I'm like, this stuff is no good. You know, and
Yep, I know what you mean.
I don't really feel that confident buying craft beer. I'm telling you the truth. Anyway, any promos or show and tell on your? Well, you did show and tell. Any promos?
Just did it.
Promos.
What do you got, a script in your head?
I do have a script. All right. Well, then I guess you'll join us for Wednesday night double IPAs or extra.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for watching. And
if I have any of these beers left.
yeah. Oh, well. All right. Well, congratulations to Jean-Pierre for turning 49 yesterday. He used to join us in Hangouts in the past. But
He's not going to come on anymore.
49 years old.
He's almost 50. He's done. Stick a fork in it.
Maybe not. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
See ya.